India's biggest electronics company pushed over 15,000 crore through its factories in 3 months. Out of every 100 rupees, it kept about 1 rupee 40. That's not a mistake. That's the business. And one small word fixes it. Quick catch up if you're new. This series follows the AI money, one layer at a time. Chips, power, cooling, cables. Today, the electronic boards, all of it sits on. And the one word that decides who gets rich building them. Even the timing is loud. 6 days ago, the government cleared another big batch of factory projects, part of a 40,000 crore push to stop just assembling electronics and start owning them. So, what's the word? It's recipes. Here's the whole episode in one picture. A kitchen cooking from someone else's recipe earns just a small cooking charge and is easily replaced. A kitchen that owns the recipe earns the profit, and nobody can copy it. Electronics factories work exactly the same way. Picture a ladder, same board on every rung. What changes is how much you own. Bottom rung, you just assemble parts someone sent you. You keep about 2 rupees per 100. Top rung, you designed it, you own the recipe. You can keep 10, 12, or even more. Same board but 6 times the profit. Our one rule for the series: pricing power compounds. Commodity gets competed away. In plain words, if anyone can do your job, your price gets beaten down forever. Owning the recipe is how you escape that. If you're thinking, does this concept really work? Then look at Celestica, a company from Canada. For years, a plain factory cooking others' recipes. Then it started designing its own gear for the cloud giants. Sales jumped 63% last quarter. It just raised $3 billion to build more, and the stock more than doubled in a year. That was global. Now watch the same movie start in India. A few scenes earlier, India spent a decade becoming the planet's factory floor, brilliant at cooking. The crore question: which Indian kitchens are starting to own their recipes? Start with the giant everyone knows, Dixon. It assembles phones and TVs at enormous scale, but keeps only about 1.5 rupees per 100. Brilliant cook, borrowed recipes. Yet, even Dixon has quietly started owning designs. When the king climbs, the layer is telling you something. So, who's higher up the ladder? 2 names quietly own their recipes that most people have never looked at. First find, Surma SGS. It makes electronics for medical devices, cars and defense. Where you can't just copy a design, you have to earn trust. Its recipe-owning business nearly doubled last quarter, and it keeps around 11 rupees per 100, 7 times Dixon. And that government scheme we talked about at the beginning. Surma was on their approved list. Second find, Cyient DLM. Same idea, aimed at the hardest customers on earth, airplanes and defense, where one failure is a headline. That's the deepest moat there is. Last quarter, profit more than doubled with a record pile of confirmed orders. Small, but climbing fast. And a callback. Episode 1's very first find was Keynes, a recipe owner before the crowd noticed. Since then, it's climbed higher, into chips themselves. It proves this isn't a fad. Now, honest counterpoints. First, these stocks are expensive. The market already loves this story. 2, many of these are printing new shares to grow. Like slicing a pizza thinner. Every slice, including yours, shrinks. 3, the chips they buy keep getting pricier, squeezing margins now. Real, not a free lunch. So, here's the line to remember. Revenue is rented, margin is owned, and anyone can move crores of someone else's product. Keeping the profit is the rare part. So, next time you see any factory stock, ask one question. Whose recipe is it? Chips, power, cooling, cables, boards, that's every layer but one. Somebody owns the actual building that the whole AI world runs inside. The landlords. That's the finale episode of this series, and India has a surprising one almost nobody's watching. Subscribe so you get it early. Full disclosure, I hold the companies discussed today. Educational analysis only, not investment advice. Every number was historical. Do your own research.